What's up, meatbags? It is the often imitated, never duplicated Frog Tony, and today we're talking about SmashJT yet again. I didn't want to have to do this, but Smash, his audience has forced my hand. They've let me know that this video here exists. This video of SmashJT talking about Discovery, and in this video, Smash, just off the jump, lies to his audience about what's going on. Again, he's trying to pull the heartstrings. He's trying to get you guys angry and upset at Alyssa Mercante and her lawyers in order to milk you for more money because he needs $200K to fight this lawsuit, and he only has $71,000 in his legal fund. So let's see what Smash has to say, and then we'll dissect it and show you all the lies.
We got a lawsuit update, guys, and this comes to us from Ron Coleman. I said, a lawsuit update. Alyssa Mercante wants to open up Discovery, but my lawyer, Ron Coleman.
And so right there, that is where the lie starts. Alyssa Mercante wants to open up Discovery. Guys, we're going to show you exactly why that is a lie, but we need to take note of a few things. This video is from August 26th. The tweet that Smash is reading is from August 25th. So keep those dates in mind as we go on this journey together. Now, as you can see here, this is a report on ruling 26F. This comes from the lawsuit. It says Mercante versus Jeff Tarzia. Dear Judge Brody, my firm with co-counsel represents plaintiff in the case above. I write jointly with defendant's counsel pursuant to Rule 26F2 to provide a report on the parties' 26F conference. The parties discussed the topic set forth in Rule 26F2, as well as defendant's anticipated motion for a stay of all Discovery pending the motion to dismiss. So this is Alyssa's lawyer saying her lawyer met with Smash's lawyer, Ron Coleman, and they discussed all the rules in 26F. Also, they discussed that Ron Coleman was going to file a motion to stay Discovery. It says, the parties conceptually agreed on a standard Discovery schedule. Oh, wait. Smash, you told me Alyssa wanted to rush Discovery and that you guys never agreed on this and that you want to stop Discovery because Alyssa is trying to force it. When this court document filed jointly by Alyssa's lawyer and Ron Coleman says they agreed on a standard Discovery scheduled, but they also agreed it made sense to have defendant's lawyers stay motion resolved prior to the scheduling. So Alyssa says, yes, of course, we've agreed. The lawyer said, yeah, we have agreed on a standard Discovery schedule, but also we understand that Ron Coleman is going to try to hold a stay motion, and so we anticipate that, and so we want to schedule the motions to be filed so that way we can have a speedy trial. Very interesting. It says, thus, if Discovery is not stayed, the parties propose filing a proposed case management plan after the court issues the relevant order. It says the parties propose the following schedule for briefing a motion for local rule 37.2 conference on defendant's anticipated motion to stay. It says on Monday, August 11th, defendant to serve motion on Monday, August 11th. 11 is before 25. So the Smash on August 25th made a tweet, which he did a video on August 26th about, saying that he has filed a motion to shut down this egregious Discovery process. Why did they agree to have a motion filed on the 11th? And also on August 18th, says Monday, August 18th, plaintiff to serve opposition on defendant. Tuesday, August 19th, defendant to file motion papers on the docket. It says thereafter, the parties are available for any local Rule 37.2 conference the court wishes to schedule. The parties are also, of course, open to however else the court would like to resolve the dispute, whether by conference, letters only, or something else. And so that was submitted by Alyssa's lawyer jointly with Smash's lawyer. But guys, that's not all. You see, if we scroll up a little bit, this was filed on August 5th, 2025. So 20 days before Smash made his tweet, he already should have known that a motion to stay Discovery was being anticipated to be filed, that his lawyer and Alyssa's lawyer already agreed on a Discovery schedule. So it sounds like everything's just proceeding normally, and Smash is trying to make this into something that isn't in order to, I don't know, get you guys angry at Alyssa and her lawyers so you guys give him more money for his trial. Okay, so more importantly than all that, guys, this is another court document from August 20th. This has been filed by Ron Coleman himself. So as you can see, Coleman Law Firm, PC, Ronald Coleman himself. He says, "Dear Judge Brody, we represent defendant Jeff Tarzian in the reference matter. We write on consent of plaintiff to request an extension of time until this coming Monday, August 25th, for the submission of a motion to stay discovery pending resolution of defendant's motion to dismiss. We write in abundance of caution in light of the joint submission under Rule 26F." So on the 20th, which is several days after Ron Coleman was supposed to file his motion to stay, Ron Coleman, in agreement with Alyssa's lawyer, was allowed extra time, 5 more days, in order to file his motion. Does this sound like somebody who is trying to egregiously, aggressively force discovery? If Alyssa's lawyers wanted to, they could have denied this. They could have fought this and said, no, Smash's lawyer had until the 11th to file this paperwork. He failed. We want this ruled on. But they didn't. They said, no. We understand, Ron Coleman, there must have been some extenuating circumstances. So go ahead, get yourself some extra days, and then file your motion. Again, this sounds like typical lawyer stuff. This does not sound like anybody who's being aggressive in trying to push discovery. This sounds like 2 lawyers who agreed on a discovery schedule, maybe without Smash's knowledge. Maybe Smash is being kept in the dark and Ron Coleman is taking him for a ride. I don't know. But according to court documents filed by Smash's lawyer and Alyssa's lawyer, they agreed on a discovery schedule. Smash's lawyer then said that he was going to have a stay of discovery motion submitted. He was then granted, allowed extra time to file that by Alyssa's lawyer. And now we get to where we are today. Okay, so this is the follow-up filed by Alyssa's lawyer on the 21st of August. Again, 4 days before Smash's video. It says, "Dear Judge Brody, my firm with co-counsel represents plaintiff in the case above. I write to ask for clarification on the court's August 21st, 2025 minutes order just entered. As the court may recall, the parties filed a Rule 26F conference report that proposed a schedule for defendant's anticipated motion to stay discovery. On August 14th, 2025, defendant asked for and plaintiff approved consent for a motion to extend defendant's initial deadline to serve on plaintiff the motion itself." So again, they were supposed to file this motion on the 11th, and then the paperwork should have been submitted by the 19th. On the 14th, Smash's lawyer, again, I don't know if Smash has any knowledge of what's going on, if Ron Coleman's keeping him in the dark, but Ron Coleman reached out to Alyssa's lawyers and said, "Hey, I need some extra time." And the lawyers for Alyssa said, "Yeah, go ahead, take some extra time." The 20th, that sounds good. It says plaintiff agreed. So on August 20th, defendant filed a motion seeking leave to extend time for, quote, for the submission of a motion to stay discovery. But more precisely meant the deadline not for, quote, submission, but to serve the initial motion. As it stands, plaintiff understands defendant intends to serve the motion on Monday, August 25th. But the motion will not be fully briefed until a week later, at least keeping the spacing in ECF number 26 intact. And plaintiff believes she likely needs a week to respond. So what they're saying is, even though Smash's lawyer filed a motion, they were anticipating that perhaps he wasn't going to file the complete paperwork and he was just going to get the ball rolling, right? And again, all this seems to be standard court proceedings, 2 parties, 2 lawyers agreeing to motions, agreeing to stays, agreeing to extensions, all this stuff. Despite Smash trying to sell it to his audience, sell it to you guys, that this is somehow some sort of aggressive, egregious lawfare. It's not. Smash is just very concerned. You see, Smash wanted to raise $200,000 per Ron Coleman's suggestion. Ron said, "Hey, Smash, we're going to need like $200,000 to to fight this. I know I told you it was going to be an easy win, but turns out they actually might have a case. So now we need 200K. And so he came to you guys with his give, send, go, saying, give me 200K, but fell a little bit short, fell about $130,000 short of that. And now he's panicking. He's in full-blown panic mode because things that his lawyer has agreed on are now biting him in the ass. They agreed on a discovery schedule. Okay, Ron Coleman should have off jump filed an anti-slap lawsuit. You see, guys, I've said this before and I'll say this again. You can file anti-slap lawsuits and they can be decided prior to your jurisdictional motions. So anti-slap could have been decided long ago, except for I don't think that's been filed, guys. I'm having a little difficulty finding it. So let's look at the schedule. Let's look at all the things that have been filed in this case. All right, let's take a quick, brief walk down memory lane. So on December 11th, 2024, that was when the complaint was filed against Smash. It was assigned on the same day. The cover sheet you got quality control checks. You got all the good stuff. You know, attorneys being filed on the 30th of December 2024. A waiver of service returned. You got on February 7th was a consent motion for extended time to file answer. You got February 10th, order granting 6th consent motion. February 20th, letter requesting pre-motion conference by Jeff Tarzia. February 21st, order letter motion for pre-motion conference. The court directs plaintiff to respond to defendant's request for a pre-motion conference. 21st, you got some other stuff. 28th, a letter response. You got some more other stuff. March 3rd, order denying defendant's letter motion for a pre-motion conference. The court directs the parties to confer and file a proposed briefing schedule for defendant's motion to dismiss and plaintiff's proposed amended complaint. Look at that. March 4th, letter with proposed briefing schedule per March 3rd minutes. Scheduling order on the 5th. The court adopts the parties' 9 proposed briefing schedule for defendant's motion to dismiss. The defendant shall serve its motion before March 28th. You got some orders. Then on March 28th, you got the letter transmitting Rule 12. April 18th, the amended complaint. May 1st, you got the consent motion to leave file. You got May 2nd, order granting 12 motion. May 8th, amended complaint with leave. May 9th, order granting 14 motion to seal. May 9th, again, a letter requesting pre-motion conference by Jeff Tarzia. May 12th, order defendant's pre-motion conference letter. May 12th, you got some other stuff. May 16th, letter response to ECF number 15 pre-motion conference. You got some other stuff. May 19th, order denying defendant's motion for denying defendant's requested for a pre-motion conference. The court denies defendant's request for a pre-motion conference. So it looks like twice Smash has been denied request for a pre-motion conference. May 23rd, letter jointly proposing briefing scheduling. May 27th, May 27th, order granting 17 proposed briefing schedule. June 1st, letter transmitting service of motion to dismiss second amended complaint. June 25th, motion for extension of time to file response. June 27th, order granting 19 motion for extension of time to file. Consent motion to leave on the 13th. On the 14th, we got order granting 20 motion. On the 14th of July, we got letter consent confirming service of opposition to motion to dismiss. 28th of July, motion to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction was filed by Alyssa, by Smash rather. July 28th, a memorandum in opposition, motion to dismiss. July 28th, reply in support of the 23rd memorandum. July 28th, a letter transmitting courtesy copies by Jeff. August 5th, that's where we got the report of Rule 26 planning meeting. August 20th, letter regarding timing of motion to stay discovery by Jeff. August 21st is other. August 21st is also order, a letter request of extension of time. Court grants defendant's request. August 21st, consent motion to amend. August 22nd, order, letters defendant's motion to stay. August 25th, letter confirming service of motion to stay. Now, I told you to remember those dates. August 25th was when Smash did his tweet. August 26th was when he did his video. But August 28th is letter confirming opposition has been served per bundling rule Alyssa. So when Smash was telling you guys that Alyssa was fighting the motion to dismiss, she had not even filed it yet. It was 3 days after his tweet, 2 days after his video. And he knew that she was going to file this because, again, her lawyer and Smash's lawyer, Ron Coleman, had already discussed the scheduling on both the filing of the motion to have the discovery stayed, as well as the opposition to the motion to have this discovery stayed. Guys, Smash has fucked around, and now Smash is finding out. He had several opportunities to have this case never go to court, never even get filed. Alyssa simply asked him to stop calling her a prostitute. Stop saying that she traded sex for money. That's it. She said, all the other things that you're saying about me, Smash, are opinions. They're fine. I don't care. The fact that you were publicly defaming me by telling people that I am a prostitute for money, that I trade sex for cash, is a problem. Could you stop doing that? And repeatedly, Smash denied that request, even when given a cease and desist, denied that request. And now we find us where we're at. Again, this is a very simple case, cut and dry. Smash made an accusation about a person that was demonstrably untrue. The person had told Smash it was demonstrably untrue. It was told to Smash repeatedly that it was untrue, and yet Smash continued to make that claim. That is classic defamation. Now, jurisdiction is another thing. We have to wait to see how the judge rules on that. Personally, I think it's going to be dismissed on lack of jurisdiction. I don't know if anti-slap is going to actually be allowed in this case, because again, it is a jurisdictional claim that is being dismissed, not being dismissed on merit, right? So anti-slap could look at this and go, it was dismissed because they didn't have jurisdiction, but there is actually merit to this case. If they refiled it in a different state, in a proper state, then it would be a merit-based case, and so Smash might not win on anti-slap, which is probably, again, why he doesn't want to ring up this bill. He's probably been briefed by Ron Coleman that, hey, there's a good chance, based on all the evidence and all the things going on, that even though it gets dismissed for jurisdictional reasons, you will not win your anti-slap, which we have not filed yet. And for some reason, I guess Ron has convinced Smash to wait until after the dismissal has been ruled on, right? Because Ron probably told Smash, hey, we're going to get this dismissed, and then we'll use that dismissal as grounds to file the anti-slap, which you don't need to, because jurisdictional reasons are not part of anti-slap. Anti-slap is about merit, right? And so you could file anti-slap from jump and say, hey, this is a meritless lawsuit, and I would like it dismissed on those grounds, and anti-slap apply, right? And so regardless of whether the judge says this is a jurisdiction or not, the case could be dismissed. The reasons that Smash isn't doing that, though, is I strongly believe Ron has told Smash they have a weak anti-slap case. And so they're trying to use the jurisdiction as part of the reason why that it is anti-slap. I have a feeling, a very strong suspicion, they're going to argue that Alyssa filed it purposefully in the wrong state, knowing that it would be dismissed for lack of jurisdiction, as reasons why that this is a meritless lawsuit, saying that she was committing lawfare by misfiling it, right? That's what I have a feeling is going to be said as far as the reasons why anti-slap should apply. But I think that is going to fall flat. Again, the lawyers made a case, a weak case in my opinion, but they made a case why they believe that jurisdiction should apply. So we'll see. Let me know what you think. Am I wrong? Is Smash telling you guys exactly what you need to hear? Is he telling you guys 100% the truth? Or as we've seen by just reading the briefings, reading the filings, that actually this whole discovery process was agreed upon by the two lawyers, and the scheduling was already set, and now they're trying to stop it. Let me know. As always, love, peace, booty grease. We out this bitch.